kinda young. Ruthless, ready, renegade, they all want some. This baby communism, but I tell you this is none. Let's say it again. Let's say it again. Let's say it again. Let's say it again.
Good afternoon and welcome to a WSL update here in the southwest of France. This is the Quicksilver and Roxy Pro, stop number 9 of the Samsung Galaxy Championship Tour. We are still down to the final 4 as we're waiting to crown our champions. And we're so happy to be back here in France once again. It's such a critical stop to crowning our world champions. Thanks for being with us for celebrating 40 years of professional surfing. Joe Chappelle alongside Santa Cruz legend Peter Mel. How you doing, Pete?
Love that hometown.
Oh yeah. Martin Potter, a citizen of the world. You surfed pretty much everywhere on the planet,
Yep.
and this is
Love
one of
that
your
river.
favorite spots.
Pretty much, yep. Love it, absolutely love it. And, well, it's looking pretty fun out there before, Joe. There's a couple of nice waves coming through, so
Back in it.
fingers crossed.
A couple of fun ones. We saw a few of the world's best get out there and get a couple of waves.
Yeah,
and
Rosie Hodge.
There were, Rosie especially,
Yep,
probably got the most.
Rosie under session.
Thinking about what's on offer, is it kind of that dominant left once again we saw yesterday, Pete?
For now, I mean, but if we see that tide drop out some more, there might be a few rides, and you'll see that if we do get underway, which fingers crossed we will, maybe John will find a few rides.
Obviously, Tyler has made 4 straight finals, going for 5 and trying to go for her 3rd straight win here in France. She's kind of the headliner when you talk about the Australian domination that's been on the Roxy Pro side.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she's been surfing incredibly well. It's her year, kind of. I mean, Courtney Conlogue's trying to change that, but you know, when you've won 4 events, it just means you're absolutely on fire and in the right, place at the right time. So Tyler's out there having a little bit of a warm-up, ironing out the creases for today. So let's hope we get some action.
That's right, Tyler right there, having a free surf, sitting and waiting patiently to get a couple of warm-ups just in case this could be the day
Wouldn't you
where she
think-
could clinch her first world title. What a feeling and a headspace to be in, and trying to stay calm at the same time, Pete.
I think she should just take every wave she wants out there, warm it up, but maybe not. Too nice.
Clear the water.
Let's do this, right?
The only thing I'm worried about, Joe, is that, the old saying here in France, if you're looking at it and it's good, it's already too late. So let's hope that's not the case. Let's hope it just gets better through the afternoon. But, with the swell dropping a little bit, Pete, I mean, it's supposed to kick in, but is that going to happen or not?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we're all really amped up to see this thing. We've got a momentum going, but if you look at the lineup, it's not a slam dunk that we should be running. I mean, it's slow, inconsistent, but there's really good waves when they come. It's beautiful, it's sunny.
Yeah, but you like it like 30
Optimistic
foot, Pete. This is like perfect hot dog stuff out here.
All right, but is there enough waves? I mean, what if you're sitting out there
Absolutely.
in your heat and you've got 5 minutes to go and you're waiting and then all of a sudden it doesn't come?
Well, if you have 5 minutes to go and you need a wave, you've played the game right.
I love it.
We look
Sorry,
back
I lost
in
my
history.
heat, dang it.
You did.
Oh, I love it. We look back in history of these events, guys. Sometimes we're finishing in heavy conditions down at La Gravière. Sometimes it's smaller and it's focused on an aerial approach. Thinking about your favorite eras of this event, going back in history, Neko Paterat's taking the first one on the Quicksilver Pro side. Andy Irons, 4 straight finals, 3 straight wins before Parko took over with Mick and Ace to make it that Australian era. For you, Pete, what do you think your favorite event was in history?
I'm going to say the Dane Kelly final. Right? I think that year was amazing. I think Dane brought a different element to this tour that we hadn't seen before. It really kind of opened up the era of these amazing aerials that, were basically Hail Marys back in the day.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden are somewhat controlled and are doing them in heats on a consistent basis. And that was a great
that a
era.
self-shape by Dane to make the finals a wild card?
I would, you know what, Joe? I'm going to trust that you know.
That's right.
Yeah, and I was
Or he
there,
worked on
still have no
himself.
clue.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
it looked like a pretty strange looking board. But, I mean, he's that kind of guy, right? He could ride anything. But I think my favourite one, Joe, was the Bruce Andy final at the Nord. Whenever you're going to have 2 brothers in a final, in an event like this, it was pretty amazing.
Pretty rare.
That was very special. Andy bringing
And
out
that's
his
perfect.
best, was able to take out his younger brother in a CT final, something that we'll never forget. What we had the other day was an epic free surf that went down the beach, and we got a few entries in the GoPro Challenge. It's kind of the event within the event where you could win some money, $15,000 US for the best in a competition, or $10,000 if it's done in a free surf session, as we bring up Adam Melling from Lennox Head, his entry. Different criteria from what he's doing when he's trying to compete for big wins. It's all about cinematography, degree of difficulty, perspective, overall beauty. How do you like this one, Pete?
Ominous skies to get it started. First time seeing this, of course, and it's going to be that little, oh, look, he's going through the fluff, pulls it out, now it gets all nice silver lining. I like it. It's got a little fluff on it, so it gives a little contrast. He's pretty darn deep. That's good stuff. He's got to make it, though, in order for me to go, yeah, it's a contender. Is he still there? Is he still there? Look how deep he is. He's got to make this. Come on, kiddo. Look at, I'm talking about it.
Oh, no. Almost. Spots for you, is that going to be a contender?
It's a contender. Why? Because it's the lighting and all that other stuff, the dark clouds. They look quite ominous, and it was quite fitting that he didn't make it.
Pretty cool vision.
Pretty cool vision, yeah.
If you look at the criteria, definitely cinematography, degree of difficulty is deep. Obviously, so deep that he couldn't make it. Perspective, great.
Overall beauty and lighting. I mean, I love those dark clouds. Those just
give him the 10 grand.
Angry.
About the check. Let's just end it now. You can check out more entries on worldsurfleague.com/GoPro Challenge to see the entries from Sebastian Zietz. Remember Joel Parkinson the other day. And there's a few more that we'll be diving through. I think it's now time for the official call. Let's jump into the Commissioner's office with Strider Raspberry Wazalewski with Kieren Perrow.
Make us happy.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, down here with Kieren. A lot of deliberation up there in the tower. What's the call?
Yeah, there was, because we came here at 1. We're expecting it to have a little bit of a bump on it from this morning because the buoys were showing that. And there was some swell. The tide was still a little high. So waited around another hour, and we've seen some okay waves out there. Nothing too bad, but looking at the forecast right now, we're still confident that Wednesday's going to offer a lot more excitement than this and potential for a much better finish with offshore winds as well. So given that, we're going to not be running any heats today. We're going to come back and reassess tomorrow morning, but more than likely it's going to be a Wednesday finish.
Well, there you go, guys. The surfers get to go surfing. Everybody else on the beach can hang out. Watch us go surfing.
Thank you very much, Strider Wazalewski. He's out there.
About as honest as he gets.
It's going to be a fun afternoon today, so it is officially called off after 3 calls, trying to get the world's best out there to potentially throw out a world title. Obviously, a lot on the line for Tyler Wright. She can go on to win this contest and just kind of control her own destiny. But the same's on offer for Courtney Conlogue. She can go all the way, just like she did at Cascais, to send this to Honolulu Bay.
It is exciting times. I think it's exciting times both on the men's and the women's. It's the time of year that's the case, and it's been living up to it, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, she's got to be careful, though. I mean, Courtney Conlogue's one of those competitors that you can't take lightly. She's in the semi-finals as well. She's got Carissa Moore, who's been on a bit of a blinder. Courtney's made a few mistakes. I think she's going to correct that. I remember a year Damien Hardman won 5 events and still to win the world title, so it's not done yet.
Impressive to see the showcase of talent in the title race this season. Conlogue number 2 has Carissa Moore. Tatiana Weston-Webb might try to help out Courtney Conlogue in that first semifinal, and the stage is set for the Quicksilver Pro as well. Tomorrow on Dawn Patrol, Pete Mel, a.k.a. the Condor, is going to be a personal tour of Euroglass. That's going to be on the show first thing in the morning.
Learn a few things.
Did you learn a lot, Pete?
I always do. That's every day.
Fun visit. Always fun. We're going to have a fun surf. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning for the next call. Enjoy the rest of the day on worldsurfleague.com. We will see you then. This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.